Well, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are around the world, tuning in and watching what we do. This is Leading from the Future. I am your host, Dr. Pastor Anthony D. Shannon, and I'm so glad that you've tuned in. I want to thank many of you who watch us and follow us and check all this wonderful greatness that we bring to you. Listen, Leading from the Future broadcast is a dynamic, forward-thinking show. It's designed to empower today's leaders with tomorrow's insight. I believe that each episode spotlights visionary guests, entrepreneurs, innovators, and thought leaders who share, let me see the word I want to use, breakthrough strategies. They reveal cutting-edge trends and explore real-world examples of future-focused leadership. Whether you're a seasoned executive or an emerging leader, a Leading from the Future broadcast, I believe, will equip you with the foresight, with the inspiration, and even the actionable tools to get you to thrive in 2025. Listen, I believe that this is an ever evolving world, and you're going to need to know the tools. You're going to need to hear from those who not only have done it, but still doing it. Join us as we continue to discover how you can stay ahead. And remember that you need to remain flexible and adaptable, and you must lead with confidence into the future. You know, I tell you all the time that we have not shortchanged you since we started bringing different guests to the table. And today we have done it again. I'm so happy, and God gets all the glory. We bring to you a tax, finance, and accounting expert dedicated to helping businesses thrive and not just survive. As the founder of CHN Advisors, he has advised thousands of small businesses and corporations, providing strategic solutions for growth and financial stability. With experience as an associate partner of PwC, an assurance leader at Community CPA, Charles has worked across Africa, Europe, and the U.S., refining his expertise in tax planning, IRS, debt resolution, and wealth creation. Yes, no other I present to you. And let me tell you, introduce the others. One and only Charles Nohoya. Listen, he has an MBA in accounting and finance. He's a member of several prestigious organizations, including American Institute of Public Accounting and the Texas Board of CPAs. Charles leads a team of attorneys, CPAs, and financial advisors, and he helps people build the one thing we call the American dream. Won't you welcome my brother, my friend, Dr. Charles? Welcome to Leading from the
Future. I appreciate you. I thank you for bringing me on. Excited to be here, and I'm excited for the hour we're going to spend together. Let's get going. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Let's start here, my brother, before we dive into all of this goodness and greatness that we're about to release on people and this revelation you about to drop. 24 karat gold bars indeed. Yes, you will. Now, let's start with this. Who is Charles? How do we pronounce his last name appropriately? And where were you born? Who's your parents?
Charles Joya is a first-generation immigrant from Cameroon. I come from Cameroon, family of 8. We come from a very small home. I'm married to an amazing woman, father of 4. We live here in Houston, Texas, and I run this company called CHN Advisors. CHN Advisors is a tax and estate strategy firm. We help people. We help wealth. We help income, people who are generating income to do the American, to get into the American dream. What do? We help them structure their estates. We help them build. We help them avoid paying taxes. We help them invest that money in wealth building, and we help them structure and for asset protection. That is what we do. We help people build their own American dream while using one thing called the tax code. The tax code for us is a wealth building machine, and we want everybody to take advantage of the tax code.
Well, let's deal with what is a tax code and why should people learn the strategy of the tax code, Charles Joya?
I know this is crazy, right? You know, many people, where we come from, everybody understands that the tax code is there to make us pay taxes. The tax code is there to make the government create revenue, and revenue only comes from our pockets. So it is, people tell you that it is actually patriotic to pay taxes. I am here to tell you the other thing. It is actually more patriotic not to pay taxes. It is actually more patriotic not to pay taxes. The tax code is a wealth building machine. I repeat, the tax code is a wealth building machine. Let nobody tell you that the more income you make, the more taxes you have to pay. It is a fallacy. The wealthy Americans don't pay a dime in taxes. The top 1% don't pay taxes. And whatever they do, you too can do the same. All you need is the understanding of the tax code. Understanding a capitalist society doesn't live on taxes. We are a capitalist country. The United States is a capitalist country, meaning that the government owns nothing. The government doesn't own anything. The government doesn't own the land. They don't own the real estate. They don't own. They don't own the airports, the seaports. There's no national airline in America. There's no national real estate company in America. There is nothing. The government doesn't even employ people. The maximum number of people that the United States government can employ is less than 2% of the working population. Less than 2%.
Less than
and
2%.
It is only the military and a few people in Washington, D.C. That's it.
Wow.
And today, with the current government, they are saying that 1.7% is very high. They are actively cutting the number of people who are in Washington, D.C., meaning that they don't want the government to do anything, because the whole concept of capitalism is that the government is a very small government. And then who does the work? Who builds America? It's you and me.
That's right.
And the only thing they use to incentivize you and me to build America is the tax code.
Wow. Wow, wow. You coming out the gate hitting home runs and slam dunks, my brother Charles, you know. So let's deal with this. Let's do this. Share then a brief overview of CHN Advisor and what inspired you to found it.
Great question. What is CHN Advisors? CHN Advisors is a tax and estate strategy firm. We are the family office of the middle class. We are the family office of the middle class. Most people don't even understand what family office is. Family office is what the wealthy have used for years to structure their estates to build billions of dollars.
Yes,
and
sir.
This is the best kept secret of the wealthy. Nobody, when you think about structuring, the only reason you're stuck in that rat race where you're not building, you feel as if the more money you make, the more taxes you pay, and you're turning on the same spot, is because of your lack of structure. So the CHN Advisors is a tax and estate strategy firm. And now, why did I create the CHN Advisors? Before I created CHN Advisors, I'd worked for PwC for 17 years. For 17 years, I worked for a company that was helping the largest companies in the world, the largest corporations in the world. It was working for the most affluent individuals in the world. And what does it help them to do? These people, the only thing they hire you to do is to help them make money. That's it. And the biggest way to making money is the tax code. What I want you to do, number one, I want you to save me all the millions of dollars I should normally be paying in taxes using the tax code. And once I save all that money, I want you to show me what I need to put the money in to multiply my wealth. And who am I going to leverage? How do I leverage other people's money to multiply that wealth? That is what we did for 17 years. For 6 of those years, I was a partner level. I was working as a partner for PwC. We help people. We help large institutions. When I left PwC, I went to a smaller firm. The understanding of smaller firms in America, CPAs. Most people think the CPAs are the people who are going to solve your game. Let me tell you, CPAs are not strategists. They are not tax strategists. All they do, most of the game is to take your numbers, put them in a system, and then tell you this is how much you have to pay in taxes. They are basically tax accountants. They help you calculate your taxes and pay to the government. That's not what you need. You
Wow.
don't hire people to come and help you pay money to Uncle Sam. You don't go into business to pay money to Uncle Sam. So when I went through a smaller firm, I quickly realized that this is not what I have been trained for the last 17 years to do. What do I need to do? I need to have mindset change, because you cannot change the mindset in a firm that has been there for donkey years and has been doing the same thing. If you can't change them, you build work, because you cannot change somebody's vision. Only one person has a vision.
Yes.
You cannot come into my business. I have a vision. I'm trying to build that vision, and then you're trying to change that vision. When you bring multiple vision, it becomes division. So if you cannot shape my vision, go and create your own vision. That was my vision. That's why we created CHN Advisors. CHN Advisors, why? Because our communities, if you look at our communities, we work the hardest in the United States of America.
Yes, sir.
We are the hardest working people. But is it that which is going to take us to where we want to go? No. People, there is something in America which is called, the wealthy call it being smart. They call it being smart, but unfortunately, that smart thing is not taught in any of our school system. We are going to school to learn how to be white collar slaves, so that we make the money and then we give the money to support the expenses of the government, while the wealthy 1%, they are the ones making all the money, keeping the money, using our own money to make money. So when I thought about this, I said, there is a change of mindset that needs to go through in our own economies, in our own communities, because we, with the hard work that we put in, if we add this amount of smartness in it, we are going to easily be the next community of Jews in America. We are going to be the next community of Jews in America. And that is why CHN Advisors was created, to educate our own communities, to do what the wealthy do, so that we too can play the game of the American. We can get into our own American dream.
Wow. What do you feel then, based off of that experience, and even now, and I love your passion. It's contagious. But in your opinion, what are the most misconceptions people have about personal finance management, or even business management for their finances?
I mean, there's so many misconceptions. First of all, the first thing that people think is that we have been taught to think that when we make money, that paying taxes is a patriotic duty in the United States. So if you make money, it is only normal for you to pay taxes. Mm-hmm. We've been taught that if you make money and you not pay taxes, then you should be shamed. We see that all the time during elections. They say, because you're wealthy, you are not paying taxes, you should be paying your fair share. It's become the language that, if you are making money, you have to pay money. That is not the background behind the tax code. The tax code, you have to understand what is the meaning of this thing called capitalism. Capitalism is not socialism. Capitalism is not communism. Capitalism is capitalism. And what is capitalism? It means that it is a government for the people. The government makes the rules and we play the game. Mm-hmm. Now, think about it. Most people who are out there in Washington, D.C., the president of the United States, the senators, the Congress people, all of them are there because some top 1%er made them go there by sponsoring their campaigns to go there. Mm-hmm. And when they go there, we expect them, the masses, that they are working for us. They aren't working for us. They are working for the people who put them there. And they make sure that the laws are made in a way that they are the beneficiaries of the law. Let me give you an example. I'll give you an example. Simple example. In America, you make money, and then you take that money. If you can structure correctly, the tax code says as long as you are correctly structured and you meet certain criteria, debt that you take to invest in building wealth is tax deductible. This is very important.
Very important.
Take debt. So basically, that's why the wealthy people are the most indebted people. The second thing in our communities that is another fallacy that we've been taught as growing is that debt is bad.
Yes.
Debt is not good. We don't need debt. And the top 1%, they are being taught that debt is good. That's why they are structuring themselves to have more and more and more debt. And whose debt are they having access to? It is our money.
It's our
When
money.
I see the hardworking Americans who don't understand how the system works. What do? They tell you, go to school, get the best education. That's another fallacy. Go to school, get the best education, get a nice job, become a PhD, get a nice job, you get income, and then you get a pension, you get a 401k, which is going to help you on your retirement. Now, and then you are the guy paying the most in taxes. So basically, there are 3 stages to building wealth. 3 stages.
Well,
Number
before you
one,
get to them 3,
yes.
I want to pause you right here. I want to take a break right here. See,
Yes.
Charles is dropping some 24 karat gold bars. He's giving you enlightenment. He's opening you up to a whole nother level. And if you are paying attention, if you are conscious, listen, you better get a pen, you better get a paper, you better rewind this, whatever you got to do, send it to mom and them, cousin them, uncle them, dad them, everybody, all right, need to hear what he's about to say, right? So we're going to take a break, because Charles is also part of Leaders Live Generously Summit, 3-day virtual summit. It is our way of speak to serve. It's our way of giving back, to encourage you, to enlighten you. And we want you to understand this. Oh man, we just got through putting together this video. I put it together because I wanted you to see all of the speakers. And guess who's a VIP? A VIP speaker up in here, Mr. Charles Joya. Listen, you want to see him, you want to hear him. Check this commercial out, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I am Dr. Pastor Anthony D. Shannon, and I want to invite you to Leaders Live Generously Summit, a 3-day virtual event you can't afford to miss. Are you prepared for what's coming? Are you equipped with this AI robotic generation? Well, you want to be here at Leaders Live Generously Summit is to inspire, empower visionary leaders, entrepreneurs, professionals to break through limiting beliefs and transform past challenges into stepping stones for building thriving businesses. We are committed to helping you transform and thrive your pathway to success. Join us for transformative experience. If you're a passionate business owner, entrepreneur, professional, or leader ready to seize control of your future and accelerate your growth. Listen, you don't want to miss Leaders Live Generously Summit. We are committed to empowering individuals in areas of mindset, health, spirituality, relationships, business, finances, creativity, and wellness, enabling you to embrace, prepare to be inspired, and prepare for what's coming next. Go now to www.leaderslivgenerouslysummit.com. Dream, grow, and achieve. I want to see you in the virtual. Apply to speak now.
embark on a journey of inspiration and empowerment? Introducing The Heart of a Black Man, inspiring stories of triumph and resilience. A captivating anthology that sheds light on the incredible stories of Black men who have faced adversity with unwavering strength. This anthology features a powerful voice among its authors, Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon. His contribution adds a unique perspective, weaving a narrative of resilience, faith, and triumph that will leave you inspired and moved. The Heart of a Black Man is more than just a book. It's a beacon of hope, a celebration of perseverance, and a testament to the indomitable spirit within the hearts of Black men. Available now on Amazon for only $20 or Kindle for $9.99, The Heart of a Black Man is a powerful investment in knowledge, empathy, and inspiration. Reach out to us or order your copy today and join us in celebrating the resilience, triumphs, and the enduring spirit of Black men everywhere.
Hello, I'm Charles Njoya, and you're watching Leading from the Future with Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon.
Hello, and thank you for tuning into Leading from the Future with Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon. Well, we hope that you're enjoying the show, and we want to let you know that we are grateful for you. From captivating stories to insightful discussions, we value your presence in our community. Now, if you're finding value and joy in what we bring to your screen, we'd like to invite you to consider taking your support a step further. To ensure the continued success of our channel, we warmly invite you to contribute. We're seeking 10 generous individuals to donate $1,000 each, as well as 10 contributors with a gift of $526, and 10 supporters donating $224.24. Every donation, regardless of the amount, makes a significant impact. However, as a token of our gratitude, each contributor will receive a personalized prophetic word and an exclusive ebook. We have 3 simple ways for you to give, making it quick and easy for you to send your contributions. The first is Cash App. That's right, $ Anthony D. Shannon. You can send your contribution directly to our amazing host. The second way is to download the VChurch app. Go ahead and download on the Google Play or your App Store and follow the prompts there. The third is Cash App, $ the Victory Church INT. Again, we thank you for your contributions and your support of Leading from the Future with our amazing host, Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon. Well, thank you for being an essential part of our journey. Your generosity truly fuels our passion. Now let's get back to the show because more exciting moments await us. Thank you for your continued support.
Well, there it is. Y'all saw Charles going across that screen. He is ready. He is willing. He's able to give it to you just like God gave it to him and revealed it to him. And now he's willing to share it with you. But before the break, man, you was dropping some 24 karat gold bars. You was getting into it, but you was about to share with everybody 3 things. And I cut you off. I said, hold on. Let's wait till that come back because you was flowing. And when you start, I don't want to stop you. So pick it up from right there, Mr. Charles.
Yes, I was saying thank you so much, Dr. Pastor. This is amazing. I was telling you guys that there are 3 stages to building wealth, and we have to make sure we understand how we get through those stages. The first stage to building wealth is income generation. If you are not generating income, you better go out there and work to generate income. And there are so many things we can talk to you about generating income. But you think about this country has so many things that can help you generate income. If you have to go to school, go to school. If you have to go through a program, go to that program. Do what you need to go do to generate income. Once you generate income, and think about it, when you come out of the best schools, you go to the best training program, you come out of there, guess what happens? You have all this slew of letters coming to you from banking sector, from lenders telling you come loan money because they know now you have the ability to pay. The system knows that now you're making money. Once you make money, the next step to to wealth building is what you call asset accumulation. Now, Most of the times, people in our communities, because we don't know any better, we invest, our primary investment is our home. Buy your home. We get that home, and most of the times our homes are even more expensive than what we can afford. So we're struggling to work over time because we are spending so much. We didn't anticipate that when we have the home, we now have all the things that normally is the landlord who's taking care of. You are your own landlord. So asset accumulation. And then the next thing we do is that we buy that big car. We buy those big things that we want, jewelries, all those things. So we buy ourselves into debt. We get into that place where we are stuck for the next 30 years with a big mortgage that we have to pay. Instead of, I don't have a problem with buying a home, but I tell people the first thing is you have to look for income generating assets. Income generating assets are so critical when you are starting to accumulate assets. You don't accumulate liabilities. A home is one of your biggest liabilities. Anything that takes a lot of money away from you is a liability. There's going to be capital, there's going to be equity that will grow in the property, but the same equity could grow in an income generating asset, in an investment property. So basically, I'll tell people that is where we start getting wrapped into the rat race, because instead of acquiring assets, we go and carry a lot of liabilities, and we start working overtime just to pay the bills. And we get into that place where we're paying taxes because your home doesn't save you on taxes. Yeah. But an investment property does. So you're now making all that money, and 50% you're giving to Uncle Sam, or 30%. So you're giving your wealth away. Your wealth is in the taxes you pay. And if you did it right, that's where you need to speak to a strategist like us, so that we can help you structure how you acquire assets, how you accumulate assets. And then once you accumulate assets, then you have to protect those assets at the third stage. Because what? America is traditionally what? A litigious country. Everybody wants to sue you when you make money. Everybody. It's a country of thugs. Capitalism means everybody wants to take money out of you. Capitalism means people are what? Everybody, we are in a jungle where everybody wants to make money. Yeah. So you want to protect those assets. You have to do it in the right way. Most of the times, we are taught to know that we should not be accessing debts. That's another problem that we have in our community. There's good debt, there's bad debt. And how you acquire assets, the only way you acquire assets in a capitalist economy, because one of the biggest things in a capitalist economy is that the system incentivizes you to spend. Spending, you want to buy that car, there's always everything that's incentivizing you. You have to drink the best champagne. There's everything to make you spend. Why? Because spending helps create money in the circulation. It multiplies money. You take a dollar and you spend it, as it goes from one person to the other. That's what we call multiplier effect of money. Wow. So basically, it's hard for you to save, to build wealth by saving. So what does the capitalist economy do? It does what we call, it gives you capital. It gives you access to capital. There's no place in the world where you have more access to capital than the United States of America. Come on, and that access to capital is for you to take and build wealth. You build wealth by leveraging other people's money. The system then says, the tax code then comes in and says, okay, if you invest, acquire assets the right way by leveraging other people's money. So I had 100,000. Let's say I made $500,000. Yeah. And then of that $500,000, my tax bill for married filing joint with no kid is $125,000. That's my tax bill. For federal tax alone, on $500,000. I'm not talking about state taxes. If you're in California, you're going to add another 12.3% in state taxes. So basically, you're almost taking half of that money to give to Uncle Sam. But if you took that money, the tax code sees that. If you take that money, if you take that $125,000 that you're supposed to give to Uncle Sam, you take that if you take even just $100,000 of that money, you leverage it, and then you go and use other people's money. You can buy an asset for $1 million. So you took $100,000, you acquired asset for $1 million by leveraging other people's money. And then the tax code says that, okay, if you structure it correctly, you can do something called cost segregation. And then you bring it back and wipe off your ordinary. You can take about a third of that $1 million, which was not your money in the first place. It was the middle class money. So you take that $1 million, you cost segregate, you can take about 30% of that money, come and wipe off your ordinary income taxes with. So if you did that with a cost segregation, your taxes will go down by $105,000.
Wow.
So now your tax is only about $20,000.
Wow.
So basically, what does that mean? It means that if you do acquisition, if you work with the right people, the money that you're supposed to take and build wealth with is what you're giving to Uncle Sam. The only reason you're giving it to Uncle Sam is because you're not doing what the government wants you to do. You're not building wealth for yourself. If you structure correctly, you want to have a firm like ours help you structure. When you structure correctly, you're acquiring wealth every year. That's why in our program, we tell people, you buy real estate every year. You invest in assets every year. When you save money, it's money to save and invest in assets. So if you did that right, within 3 years, if you are sitting here and you are able to do that right, within 3 to 5 years, you are in the top 1%. There's no game. There's no game about it.
Wow.
So your wealth is in the taxes you pay. The tax code is a wealth building machine. Now, we've been told that when you make money, you have to pay taxes. It's patriotic to pay taxes because that's what the top 1% wants you to hear. The education system, the school system has been great to teach our people just what they have to hear so that they work for the top 1%. They work for the top 1%. Remember, the people who make the rules for the school system are all working for the top 1%.
Wow. Listen, people, I don't know if you're just tuning in, but if you are, you're tuning in to Leading from the Future. I'm your host, Dr. Pastor Anthony D. Shannon. And I told you always, we don't never shortchange you. We always bring to you those that are on the cutting edge. And Charles is no different. He is bringing to you the knowledge you need to build wealth. There's only 1%. Matter of fact, if you look at our culture as a whole, wherever they lump us, the United States, African American, it is less than 1%. Less than 1%. No matter how many people out there with how much money, we're less than 1%. That is staggering and must be changed. That's what Charles is trying to let you know. Well, listen, we're going to take a break right now, but I want to encourage you to get my book, Leaders Live Generously. You need to get that book in your hands. It needs to be in your library. What do you need to do with your money? What does God has to say about your money? You just heard Charles tell you, take your money and invest it with understanding the tax code. You know, the more the wealth people get, the less taxes they pay. That's why many of those wealthy people voted Donald Trump in to be president, because they said, hey, cut us some taxes, cut us some this, give us a break. He said, okay, because they're going to pay less taxes. The middle class going to pay more. Listen, Live Generously wants you to get your start. Charles is at the next level. So you get this, you get that, and you're going to be straight. Scan the QR code right now and understand that you have been called to lead, to love, and to give.
Here at the Victory Church, we are a teaching church, and who better to learn from than our very own Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon. He's written a book entitled Live Generously. That's right, if you are ready to embrace biblical principles about money and to learn about God's financial management and even about the joys of trusting God through giving, it's time for you to live generously. Get this book today. Purchase it for $20 here at the church, or you can purchase it in ebook form on our website for $14.99. That's right. Go ahead and visit our website, thevictorychurchint.org. You want to get this book if you are ready to go to another level and embrace God's biblical principles about money. Are you unshakable? We know you can't stop the storms of life, but you can discover how to be unshakable. If you're ready to learn how to overcome family challenges, illness, financial stress, and more, You need this book, Unshakable, written by Nelson Searcy. And the foreword was written by our very own pastor prophet, Anthony D. Shannon. Get this book, Unshakable, today for only $20 at the church. And you can also email us at tvci.executiveoffice@gmail.com. Get Unshakable today. It is God's desire that you overcome obstacles, even in less than optimum circumstances. Get these books today to live your best life. And here at the Victory Church, as we say, success is the only option.
Building a lot of debt by buying that your first home, buying this, doing all of those things. So you'll find yourself caught up in a rat race where the more money you make, the more taxes you're giving away, the more debt you're getting, and probably not the right debt. And before you know it, you're working to pay debt. You're working. Somebody said it very clearly that rich people work money to make more money. Poor people, or the highly educated people, they work money to pay bills. Most of the poor people, we get into that place where we're working money and paying bills. We get into that rat race. So our thing is, we have worked so hard to get in there, but we don't know how the system works. We have to educate ourselves on how the system works. And that's the one thing we do.
Hello, and thank you for tuning into Leading from the Future with Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon. Well, we hope that you're enjoying the show, and we want to let you know that we are grateful for you. From captivating stories to insightful discussions, we value your presence in our community. Now, if you're finding value and joy we bring to your screen, we'd like to invite you to consider taking a step further. To ensure the continued success of the channel, we warmly invite you to contribute. We're seeking 10 generous individuals to donate $1,000 each, as well as 10 contributors with a gift of $526, and 10 supporters donating $224.24. Every donation, regardless of the amount, makes a significant impact. However, as a token of our gratitude, each contributor will receive a personalized prophetic word and an exclusive ebook. We have 3 simple ways for you to give, making it quick and easy for you to send your contributions. The first is Cash App. That's right, $ Anthony D. Shannon. You can send your contribution directly to our amazing host. The second way is to download the V-Church app. Go ahead and download on the Google Play or your App Store and follow the prompts there. The third is Cash App, $ the Victory Church INT. Again, we thank you for your contributions and your support of Leading from the Future with our amazing host, Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon. Well, thank you for being an essential part of our journey. Your generosity truly fuels our passion. Now let's get back to the show because more exciting moments await us. Thank you for your continued support.
Well, all right, we are back in action. I'm telling you, where does the time go? It goes so fast, man, when you're having fun. You know, you are Leading from the Future. I'm your host, Dr. Pastor Anthony D. Shannon, a prophet you can trust. We have Charles Gioia, all right, the CEO of CHN Advisors, and he has been talking to you about building wealth in these United States of America, talking to you about the 3 ways of building wealth. My God, if you missed that, you're just going to have to rewind when it broadcasts. You better make sure you checking it all out. All right. Now, Charles, with this changing world and all of the things that's going on, what's your view on the current economic landscape, and how do you see it affecting anybody's personal investments or business?
You know, thank you for that great question. I'm going to tell you one thing. I always try to see, whenever I look at everything that looks like a challenge, I see opportunity. There's a big opportunity coming for America. And I think in as much as whether you like what's happening in Washington or you don't like it, there's one thing that's going to happen in Washington. Mm-hmm. Every time there is uncertainty, there's opportunity. Every time something like this is happening where you're not sure what's happening tomorrow, I'm going to tell you there's going to be a lot of I mean, how do you call it? There's going to be all ups and downs. There's
Yes,
going to
indeed.
be, we are in a roller coaster right now. But that roller coaster is an opportunity for the wealthy, because every time people turn up seeing what's happening, guess who is making money? The wealthy is making money. The wealthy is making money. And when you look at the landscape today, what I'm going to tell you one thing. When you start thinking like the wealthy, you only see opportunity. And let me tell you, but in Washington today, the people who are there are what you call the top capitalists, Washington.
Yes, it is.
They are the capitalist people of America. And think about it. Most people think that capitalism is about being nice. Capitalism has nothing to do with nice. Capitalism has everything to do with greed. That's why people in this country, we look at capitalism, we think, how? No, we are not paying, they're not paying their fair share. No, this thing is so expensive. No, capitalism in the country where we live, it means that the government just sets the rules. It's a free market. Free market means that if the cost of healthcare, the cost of healthcare is determined by the market. So if you can afford it, if it's high because many people can afford it. So instead of complaining about it, focus on the things that you can control. Focus on increasing your income, because this country gives you so much opportunities to increase your income. Rather than something where you cannot change it. America is not going to become Russia. If you don't like it, go to Russia. If you don't like what's happening here, go to China. But if you're here, you have to understand the meaning of capitalism. Capitalism means it's a free market, and the government doesn't come to tell you what the prices of goods are. Capitalists will not allow that. And if they are not going to allow that, the game is, how do I play the game that these guys are playing? That is where you should spend all your time. Because what's going to happen in Washington is that over the next 5 years, we've been talking about what? Tariffs are going to kick in. What does tariff mean? It means that the price of foreign goods are going to be more expensive. It means that we now have an opportunity to do something internally, because the market is going to turn back to local goods. That's the basic analysis of it. I don't want you to become so crazy about thinking crazy. Just look at the basics. We don't want you to become the guy who is the super economist. Look at the basics and go. Many people are losing their jobs in Washington. It's also an opportunity. I had a client yesterday. I got a client 3 days ago. She came to me. She's a physician. And she came to me and she said, Charles, you know what? She said, I've been home for 2 weeks. I said, why? She said, I had this job where they were paying me $500,000. She's a physician. And then all of a sudden, I get this other job, which is within the same city. My salary goes up to $650,000. So I left this job and went to that job. And then there is this lady who works there. She asked me for a reference and I gave her the reference. All of a sudden, they came back to me that I had conflict of interest because I am trying to get employees out of their company. So I was kept waiting. You know what I told her? I told her that I'm going to pray for you like nothing. I'm going to pray for you really hard. I'm going to fast. And she said, oh, thank you very much. And I told her that I'm going to fast for you so that they don't call you back. You never get a job. Okay? And she was like, what? I said, yeah. Why? Because you are a physician. If you convert that Airbnb that we just talked about, if you convert it into a clinic, the only reason they are giving you $650,000 is because you are producing at least 5 times that number.
That's correct.
That's the only reason. Otherwise, you don't do it. So it means that if you get out of that thing called employee, and then you go and start even from home and say, I am consulting from home. You don't need a license for that. I'm consulting from home. Before you know it, by the end of this year, you will make at least $1 million, $1.5 million. That's in your first year. And before you know it, you're making $5 million. You don't have a limit because you own your own business. Go out there. I don't want you to work for them. Maybe the Lord is just telling you to go and own your own business. And that was a change of mindset. Because many times we are stuck in that place where we are afraid of taking some decisions. We have visions that are coming to us. That's why you go to the graveyard. The graveyard is where the largest visionaries are. The greatest visionaries are in the graveyard. Why? Because they had all these great ideas, but they were all afraid to implement those ideas, and they died with them.
Yes.
So please, our game is the change. When you see what's happening in Washington, don't think that those guys are going to be there to do good things for you. They're not there for you. They're there to build their own economy. They're there to be. Donald Trump wants to become the next Elon Musk. He wants to become an Elon Musk. Is that something bad? That's your problem. I don't know. I'm not here to say whether it's bad or good, but all I know is that what he is doing, you too can do the same. You can do the same.
Wow.
At every level. So there's opportunity in the madness that's going on right now. When I look at it, I only see opportunity. And when I see those people down there, the Elon Musk, these are people who have shown creativity in the world.
Yes, indeed.
Elon Musk is not the wealthiest person because he was somebody like him. Nobody liked him. No. He created value, and people were able to acquire that value. And it's because of that value that he's the wealthiest person on planet Earth. We can only learn from him. We can learn from him.
Charles, you have done it. You have said it. You have laid it out. You have given it to them raw. You've given it to them in between ketchup, mustard. You've given it to them so that they can understand it. You done broke it down on all kind of sides and ways. And this is why we tell people to connect with Leading from the Future. This man right here just gave you some 24-karat gold bars. I hope you know what to do with them. I hope you don't sleep on them. Charles, tell people how to contact you. Tell them how to connect with you on your website or your social media site, sir.
Easy. If you want to contact me, it's easy. If you go to my website is www.chnadvisors.com. If you go there, you are able to book a free discovery call with Charles. You will see all my social media handles are on there. And if you click any of my social media handles, guess what? You have access to hundreds of videos that we produce every day, educating people on all these subjects. We have so many materials. We've been featured on some of the largest magazines in the United States, and they are all on there. You can see all these material. Why? Because we give value. We want to change our mindsets. We want to start thinking differently. Instead of complaining about people who are not doing this, you want to do the same things they did to be like them. That's our game. We should get out of that complaining mode and get into creativity mode. Learn from the people who are creative so that we too can become part of the top 1%.
Wow. Well, you heard it. Ladies and gentlemen, applause, standing ovation. You need to give it all for this one right here. Thank you so much, Charles Joya, man. I'm looking forward to hearing you at the virtual summit.
Thank you.
We already know it's going to be dynamic.
Thank you.
It's going to be incredible. Thank you for being here tonight, and thank you for blessing the community. Well, everybody, listen, I am Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony Shannon, a prophet you can trust, and I want to say thank you for constantly tuning in to Leading from the Future. We're going to give you an opportunity to continue to support this broadcast in many ways. We always ask for you to do the best you can, and then we always ask for 5 of you to do this and 5 of you to do that. And if you just do that, man, I tell you, we'll continue to be able to bring great guests in to be a blessing unto you. And I really, really want you to watch the broadcast, leaderslivegenerouslysummit.com. Go check it out today. Also, we've got a new book coming out, Sacred Success. The book will be out. Yeah, because what's holding you back? I think Charles told it to you so clearly. You know, you can begin to unlock God-given prosperity. It's already there for you. Unlock the abundant life God has prepared for you. And guess what? In secret success. It don't have to be sacred anymore. You can unveil that. Charles is telling you to do. Break that tax code, because the more taxes you pay, all right, you're leaving money on the table. But if you can, the more money you make, the less taxes you pay. That's a strategy for you. Boy, you want to get this book, order it. You can order it, pre-order it as well. You can go to the Victory Church, int.org. You can pre-order this book today. We're launching it April or May the 1st. So one of those, we're launching it. We'll do a big old kickoff, and hopefully you'll be a part of it. All right. Well, listen, as we always say, God bless you, God keep you, and God shine his face upon you. That is our prayer. We want you to know ain't nobody coming to rescue you for your success. You're going to have to do something that you've never done in order to get something you never had. Charles has left this information. You need to reach out to him. You need to follow him. All right. And then you need to plug in to Leaders Live Generously Summit. Oh my goodness. What? And then of course, follow yours truly, Anthony D. Shannon. You know I'm the prophet, but the prophet you can trust. All right. We'll see you next time. As we always do, leading from the future. Peace.
Thank you for joining us on another incredible episode of Leading from the Future with Dr. Pastor Prophet Anthony D. Shannon. We've had an amazing journey exploring visionary leadership and inspiring insights. If you're passionate about sharing your story and ideas on our show, we'd love to have you as a guest. Simply reach out to us via email at thevictorychurchint@gmail.com. To ensure the continued success of our channel, we invite you to support us by contributing. We're seeking 10 generous individuals to donate $1,000 each. You can contribute through 3 convenient ways. The first is Cash App. That's right, $ Anthony D. Shannon or $ The Victory Church INT. You can also download the VChurch app. Search for us on the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. Follow the prompts and make your contribution. Whether you contribute $1,000 or any amount, every donation makes a difference. Go ahead and support us today. For more information and to stay connected, please visit leaderslivegenerously.com. We appreciate your support in advancing our mission. Well, thank you for being a part of this incredible community. Join us again next time as we lead from the future with